Negative, subconscious stuff that we picked up from our schools, a spiritual perspective. So, it is completely going to be a spiritual perspective what I'm going to talk about. So, before starting that, I would like to say that I had a regular schooling as a student. Then I was also a teacher for 5 years. I worked in schools in my city as a teacher for 5 years, and I have taught like almost all ages of children. Okay, so over those 5 years, I've taught like around all ages of children, all ages of student, from younger ones to uh, the the teenagers. So yeah, I have a lot to say on this topic. Yeah. So first, I would want to start on with um, I, before I thought that I need to keep the topic, I need to keep the title of this video as what's wrong with our schools. And then I thought, I, I don't know, it might just, appear outrightly very negative. So I chose this because it's just not only schools that are wrong in here. Okay, I mean, it's very much, you can say that these schooling systems were created very much from lower consciousness. Okay, they were created from a very less evolved consciousness. I cannot really even talk. I mean, of course, thanks to the Britishers. That Macaulay who sat in a conference and said that one book of Sanskrit, one book of English is, far more better than a full bookshelf of Indian books or something like this. This is, I mean, I'm not be repeating the same sentence, same exact statement, but I mean, thanks to such stupid idiots out there who did stuff to our education system, we were going so amazingly. We had gurukuls and stuff like that, thanks to them. So, I would also like to add my little story here. So, I also have two educational degrees, by the way. I have two educational degrees. I don't know, it's funny. So, uh, yeah, but I really thought that when I'll enter school, as a working professional, I am going to change them. I really entered with that kind of an enthusiasm that I'll change stuff. I've always been that kind of a person, okay? I just wanted to change the world. अपना पता नहीं है, but just wanted to change the world. And it's only later I realized that there's so much that there's so much change that I needed to go through first, you know. And yeah, um, why did I say that? We are completely making choices on their behalf as if they don't know anything. We are the ones who know everything, you know, and we are giving them no space to make mistakes. We are trying to tell them that everything has to be perfect. Our systems are perfect. You have to become perfect for our systems. There is no room for mistake, there is no room for choice, so, and adults have to make choice on the behalf of the adults. That's how our system is. That's how Britishers did what they did. Okay. I don't know in what exactly was there in Gurukul systems, but as far as I can remember, I don't think so. They send their student very early on to schools. When they grew up a little, when they were in their senses, to make a conscious choice, then they were sent to schools. We are sending our children to schools very early. Now I know all kinds of people around me. I know how they think. I have like I have mastered now what people think. So I know one bunch of people are going to come at me and say that, and by the way, those people want to say this, this thing. I don't think so. They're watching the video. They don't care. So one bunch of people are going to come at me and say that you are being so sensitive. Why you're being so gentle? That's how they become strong. You send them to school, you send them away, and that's how they become strong. Yeah, why don't you go and put them in front of a lion or a tiger and make them run towards you? Okay? I mean, it is not insensitive at all. Okay? I think we need to change our definition of strength and strong. Okay? We really need to change our definition of strength completely. Okay? When it's not needed, let us not try to make our children strong. By trying to make our children strong, that means adults have quite a problem with, thinking that. I think adults have quite a problem with their sacral chakra, maybe. I think sacral chakra is something that, maybe root chakra. These are the chakras who are like, they have problem with their safety, okay? People who are highly concerned about the protection, about if your child should be strong, your child should be strong. I mean, yes, our child should be strong. The courage will come naturally where it is required. It doesn't have to be, artificially put into them, and through these hard situations, you know, and at least let them be a little bigger to make their own choices. What's wrong with us? Okay? And there is a complete difference between discomfort and, you know, um, and being insensitive. Okay? You ask your child if they want to go or not. Okay, they're not in a state also to really answer, really fathom what is that. Okay, we are really telling our children, we'll give you chocolates, we'll give you toffees if you go to school. Some children are actually literally crawling. They don't want to go to schools. There's something extremely wrong with them. They do that for 3-4 days at least. Okay, the fifth day they are tired. They know that their adults govern their life, and adults are completely programmed to send their children to school. There are a whole lot of many famous personalities who were homeschooled, and I'm not saying that homeschool your children. No, I am doing this video. I don't know where and how it will be taken, where it will go, but I don't know. I have an experience and I just want to put forward. I have a feeling, I have an observation. I deeply care for our children and I want to keep forward this. Okay, I am a caring person, I am a sensitive person, and that's my strength. Okay, and for people who think that sensitivity is not strength, I know there are also people like that. For many years I also thought that being sensitive, being emotional is very um, is weak. But I have a different story to tell that also. We'll talk about it again some other time. So yeah, I just completely wanted to make this point very clear. Then the second thing is that our schools are completely disconnecting our children from their own bodies. All right, have you seen smaller children? They just want to get up and rush out of the doors. I know, I've worked with small children, and they just didn't like sitting. They just wanted to go out and go out of the door and just never come back, maybe. They just wanted to run and everything. Their body is still moving, they're still discovering their bodies, they are still, their bodies are still growing, and their mind is growing, so they are more in physical flow. They're still exploring their bodies. Okay, so I know spirituality has always taught us that, you are, I mean, your soul is important. Your body, to I say, don't like, I don't know, like, I feel that's to some extent, many spiritual teachings have also been like that they have separated you and your body. Okay, that they have been extremely focused on your soul and nothing to do with your body. Okay. And then there are, of course, outside spirituality also, then there are teachings completely like, get yourself fit, have, oh, I always give this example. There was a time when models were told that they have to maintain a zero figure, and literally they weren't even eating. These women, they weren't eating properly, and they were literally falling off the ramps, okay, while walking. Okay, these models. So, point that I'm trying to make here is that there are some extreme, ideas of body in modeling, in in media and industry, and then there are completely, you know disconnecting ideas in even spirituality. And then of course our schools, they play a major role in disconnecting us from our bodies. And by the way, I don't know how much my audience is mature here. I mean, I mean, I don't want to say it in a like a degrading manner, but I just hope you don't take it in a degrading manner. I mean, I just hope you don't take it in a degrading manner. But what I meant to say is that I don't know if in coming times, okay, what I'm going to say here is really mature and spiritually mature, and if I don't know if you will be able to understand it or not. But really, our coming times are like that whatever awakenings and stuff is going to happen, the coming times are very interesting and very good. And what is going to happen is going to happen in even our bodies too, you know. So our body will also ascend. It's just not only our consciousness, but our bodies are also going to ascend. Okay, I don't know. I just hope, yeah. So, somebody who is into spirituality or something like that might understand. And if you do not understand, it's fine. It's completely fine. But what I'm trying to say is that how, we are being disconnected from our bodies. Okay, that's the major point. So, how do they do that? Sit straight in class. Okay, spine erect, something like this. Or do not move at all. Okay, just do not move at all. Just sit straight and, do this and do that. And, and I mean, yeah, we are completely restricting their body. They have to sit in the same space for a very, very long time, only when the bell rings. It's completely robotic, and we are not allowing the flow of energies. There is a time period for dance, there's a time period for games, but I mean, it's a system that governs children. It's not children governing their own bodies. They might feel like dancing in maths period, and it is completely okay for a child to feel like that. But no, no, we don't let them do that, isn't it? We will tell you, we have made systems, we have sat in a room, we have made timetables, we have done this, we have done that. It's completely impossible how stupid we are in doing what we are doing. I have also been a teacher, and trust me, I came to school thinking that I'll change things, but honestly, I just thought that nobody's going to listen to me because these things are rooted, very much rooted, and it's not. I think it has to happen on policy making somewhere, and in policies we are just trying to change and modify. No, we need complete eradication of our school systems. Please, we need it. We really need it. We are really disconnecting them from their own bodies. Have you seen how adults are now in days, in their work? Sometimes you know, they do not have water. Okay, they do not have water. Okay, because they are so engrossed in work. Oh, no, 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 work, work, work. And they're so, their mind is so built up, into work, and they miss having water at times. And have you seen, when you miss having water, what gradually happens? Gradually and gradually, that feeling of thirst goes away. And then suddenly a remembrance comes. Oh, I was feeling thirsty an hour ago, but now you're not feeling. It's just a remembrance from the mind. It's not a remembrance from your body. Your body gives you that feelings. And if you ignore that feelings, they are not going to come again. They're not going to come again. And your mind is quite distracted enough to not remind you that you wanted to have water. So many adults are completely negating their own bodies, are completely negating their own selves, what kind of food we are. I myself had an eating disorder. I was completely disconnected from my body. On a serious note, I used to have food because of pleasure, and there was no time. I did not have a fixed timing. I was doing it whenever I wanted to. If I found like, okay, this is something tasty and I want to have it, I won't look at the time, no nothing. There was no system of food for me. And I was very compulsive around eating. I picked that up. It was like I was very moody. I was going through a spiritual awakening. I became quite moody. These things happen. You purge a lot. And I became moody, and rather than letting those mood swings go away and letting me come into a place of stillness, what I did was I was really giving into my compulsions. I was eating, and you know yeah, maybe my mind was happy, okay, but I was completely disregarding my body, okay. And it's like my mind is the dominant one, okay, here. I don't know, I feel the light is a little less. Okay, so I felt um like my mind shouldn't play the dominant role here, isn't it? My body should also play a role here, right? So it's and that is what exactly our evolving in our consciousness is. Giving space, giving love to your own body. you know Let us stop I see a lot of people out there who are very insecure around their bodies, because there are certain ideas out there in the media and the industry. That's how your body should be. That's how your face should be. That's how your hair should be. So I feel completely sad, and I I have like complete, I don't know from where does this courage thing comes in me. I don't know what, but I have made it a point that I will just never be a part of these voices outside. You know, that's just my way of expressing that I am not I am not the slave of the judgments of people, how they want my body, how they want my face, how they want my hair. Like completely. Like I want to say abusive word, but I shouldn't. So yeah, let's leave it. So yeah, that's the whole point over here I wanted to make. So our bodies are also very important, and we are completely disrespecting the bodies of children since school, when we make them sit straight, make them sit for hours and hours in those chair, even 4 hours, even 1 hour. They don't like it. We are completely disrespecting their bodies, even. Okay, we are making them robots. We're making them slaves of the systems. They do not have chetna of their own. They do not have consciousness of their own. That's what we are telling them. So these are the 2 points I really wanted to discuss today in this video. There are more and more points to come. So stay tuned. I don't know when will I make the video next time. Maybe some other topic. It's going to come on my channel. I don't know when is the next video I'm going to come for this topic. But yeah, stay tuned. What are your thoughts? You can write down in the comment section.